Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So the outlook on NFTs are not looking very good now. And we got some cool features coming to the Xbox in May. We have those and other topics to cover, but before we get started, if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, consider subscribing. That's the best way to let me know you enjoy the content on this channel. Now let's get started. Now obviously the biggest topic this week so far has been the sale of part of Square Enix Studios and intellectual properties. And we had some speculation as to why they sold those off, and we have a little more insight here. This coming from the UK website Metro. According to senior MST financial analyst David Gibson, the reason Square Enix sold Crystal Dynamics and Eidos Montreal is relatively simple. Between the Marvel's Avengers and Guardians of the Galaxy games, they lost the company $200 million. Now that seems like a whole lot, but in reality, Square has quite a bit of funds. The article goes on to say, despite the $200 million loss, Square Enix is a perfectly solvent company and isn't short of cash to invest in future projects, which makes the explanation seem almost absurd. At first, Embracer Group, the $11 billion company that bought Tomb Raider and the rest, said relatively little about the sale, but in an investor call last night, they stated that pending Disney's approval, they take over as publisher of both Avengers and Guardians of the Galaxy. That's very straightforward for Guardians, but Avengers is a live service game that's supposed to be getting a constant stream of new content, but it's currently unclear if Embracer is willing to fund that. Now this is just one expert's opinion, and it may not be the total reason for the sale off of the studios and IPs from Square Enix, but it would fall in line with some of the rumors that Square Enix is looking to be acquired. They may want to offload some of these areas that's been costing them money on the books, so they look more profitable and appealing for acquisition. Next, for the past year, we've been hearing a whole lot about NFTs, and it seems like everybody's been trying to get into the game. Well, we have this story here from VGC. NFT sales have declined 92% since their peak. So for just a quick refresher, NFTs are this blockchain technology where you can buy a digital asset and then it's registered to you and nobody else owns that asset. You can sell it, trade it, whatever you want to do with it. But since it isn't something tangible, many consumers feel like it's just something to make a quick buck. And it looks like more and more people are feeling that way and not buying in. The article goes on to say that's according to data from website Non-Fungible collated by the Wall Street Journal, which shows that NFT sales fell to a daily average of about 19,000 this week, down from 225,000 in September. The number of active wallets in the NFT market also fell significantly. The data shows down from 88% to about 14,000 last week, from a high of 119,000 in November. Interest in NFTs also seems to have declined significantly, it's claimed. According to Google Trends, searches for the term peaked in January and have fallen around 80% since. Now, there's been a lot of game companies like Konami and Atari that have sold NFTs, but many of these NFTs are losing value. For example, there was an NFT of the first tweet from Twitter co-founder Jack Dorsey, which was purchased in March of 2021 for $2.9 million. And earlier this year, it was put up to auction and it didn't receive any bids above $14,000. So I'm hoping that interest in this is waning and hopefully companies will see that consumers just don't want NFTs. Next, coming from news.xbox.com, we've got some interesting updates coming to the Xbox. So Xbox is going to be adding stories to the Xbox app. And this is sort of a social media type function and you'll be able to share your favorite gaming moments, including game clips, screenshots, and achievements with your friends and the Xbox community. And then you'll also be able to reply to your friends' stories with a quick reaction. But as a techie type person, the feature update that got me the most interested is they'll be adding quality of service tagging. So when this update applies, in the settings, you're going to see under General and the Network Settings and then Advanced, there'll be a new option for QoS tagging settings. And there's two different types here, the Differentiated Service Code, or the DSCP, and Wi-Fi Multimedia, WMM. Now, without going into a whole lot of detail about quality of service, this just basically gives network traffic priority when it gets to your router, switch, or access point. This lets the traffic sort of jump ahead in the queue line for any of the other traffic in case there's some congestion on your network. So if you play a lot of online gaming, you'll definitely want to turn this on to give your Xbox priority in the network, and you'll also want to check with your router, switch, or access point to make sure these settings are enabled in it as well. And then finally, there's an interesting trophy for a game that I just had to talk about. This coming to us from Game Rant, the Stanley Portable Ultra Deluxe has plenty of quirks, and this includes bizarre trophies. Chief among these is the Super Go Outside trophy, which tasks Stanley Parable players not to play the game for at least 10 years. If unlocked legitimately, players won't be able to unlock this particular trophy until 2032 at the earliest. However, there are ways to manipulate the console's internal clock to unlock the trophy right away for trophy hunters that can't wait to get their platinum. And basically what they're referring to here is that you get a platinum trophy once you complete all the other trophies for a game. Now, I've seen some pretty extreme trophies out there before, but I think this one might be the most extreme. We will easily have PlayStation 6 out by that point, and I have a feeling most people that really care about getting a platinum on this game are pretty much just going to set their clock ahead and get it that way. And that's all we have for today. Did anything we talk about catch your attention? Were you surprised at how much was lost on Marvel's Avengers and Guardians of the Galaxy? And do you think we may be any closer to companies dropping NFTs altogether if customers just aren't buying? And I do have to wonder, what's the most extreme trophy that you've ever gotten in a game? Drop a comment below and let me know about that or anything else we discussed today. I want to thank you for watching, and be good.